Hello, everyone. My name is Pierre Nilsson, and I am one of the developers of Doomsday Valley. And tonight we are going to bring you a little play. With the demo will be played by a very special guest. It is Mikael Champy, the main voice actor of our previous title, Champy the Useless Vampire. This will be a blast, I think. So, Mikael, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So hello, I am Mikael Champy, and just like the character I played, I'm quite useless at video games, so we'll see how this goes, but I'm very honored to be part of this demo playthrough, or let's play this demo.
Perfect. Then you can hit new game and we are off.
New game and we're off to the races.
Yes, it's a button in the middle.
But you were there. You saw it too.
Hey, it's hard to see with your hands over your eyes.
That thing was not natural, and you know it. We need to go back and check it out.
Going back isn't going to help if it turns out to be nothing more than a trick of the light.
A trick of the light doesn't growl and make swooshy noises.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice animations. And good voice acting
Here's your
too.
stop, miss. Welcome to Doomsday Valley.
So this is Doomsday Valley. Lately, there have been a lot of rumors about this place. Monsters in the forest, alien encounters, and animals behaving strangely. All right, let's take a look at my agenda.
To-dos. So I guess these are clues to how I shall proceed with the game. Is that correct, Pierre?
Yeah, this is your main quests.
My
The
main...
interview Cletus is when you've done that, the demo is over actually.
Okay.
And then you will try to get to the Nebulous also later on.
Okay.
Yeah, this is your goal.
A man named Cletus claims to have encountered aliens. This will be a perfect story for our readers at the Bazaar Bulletin. I should start by finding him.
Wow. Cool. So now I get finally...
Doomsday Valley, a small town where strange things seem to be happening. I hope this job proves to be worth my time.
So Pierre, since you and Kalle or Carl have been developing this game, how would you describe this game? Is it like a comedy game with lots of wackiness? So what are your words on this game?
I think it's a bit of both.
You are.
It's still the same humor from Champy. That's kind of how we write the games, but we tried to do a little bit more mystery in this title.
Ah.
I'm fine. Just a bit tired, really.
And these are 3 dialogues that you have to click on. It gives a bit of backstory on the character.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine. Just needed a bit of shut-eye. Where are we, anyway? Ah, the diner. Makes sense.
How is it creating these dialogue chains? How do you work with that?
We have changed that up in this title. In Champy, mostly ask a question, get an answer. This we try to focus more on how real human interaction actually works, and we try to incorporate that into the game.
I am
Cool.
looking for a man named
Kind
Cletus. Do you know who that is?
I'm Cletus, actually. Who are you again?
My name is Maya Harper, and I was supposed to meet you here today. Remember?
Oh, yeah, we spoke on the phone. You're that journalist from the Bazaar Bulletin.
What a cute
You
dog.
have a very big dog. I hope he doesn't bite.
You need a dog.
His name's Champ, and he's really friendly. But he does get distracted by other animals.
Yeah, there might have been a little Easter egg there in the naming of the dog. And these dialogue is optional now. The top 3, everyone has a leave option at the end.
Okay.
we can maybe just push on here. I'll talk to you later. And then the game opens up a little bit. Now you can walk around a little bit more in the game. And you can start to interact with the objects.
Okay.
So that was kind of an introduction there.
Who's a good boy? You are. Yes, you are.
And yeah, I will probably have to ask you later on what you think about the humor and the mystery when you have played it a little bit.
Basic water pistol, but its durability is pretty low.
I'll try to hardcore play this now,
Sign says campsite.
as useless as I
Yeah.
am.
But I'm not much of a keeper.
How would you say that this game, as you mentioned, that the playthrough, how do you think this game differs from the previous games you guys released, especially the vampire game?
Yuck.
This is much harder. We have vamped up the difficulty on this one. The
It's-
puzzles are harder. You don't get as many clues.
So you mean this game is more
and things like this.
So this is more difficult than the last game, which I had difficulty playing, even if I got the script sent to me
Yes.
beforehand.
My tomatoes?
Yes.
Yes.
And this demo, it will be much bigger also. I think this demo is only this demo is basically the same size as the whole Champy game in the dialogues.
So you guys must been.
This will be much bigger.
So you guys have must worked a lot more than on this game, or have changed your approach to make the demo. If this demo's the same size as the previous game in total.
Yeah, absolutely. We, as I say, we focus a bit more on these dialogues.
I'm Dave.
Getting to know the character is one of the criticism we received from Champy, that there were shallow characters. You couldn't talk to them very much. Now we can talk to people quite a lot in this game.
So how did
And as you said, the voice acting is very good.
Oh yeah,
they are great, all of them.
Yeah, whoever plays Maya, she's doing a great job, and this guy in this trailer, I really like the sound of his voice.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding.
So I hope there's no hard feelings that you were not allowed to to play the main character in this game.
No, I'm glad that you guys have evolved to voice actors that are not as useless. No, but it was a great honor to be part of it. It was very fun.
Yeah.
What's up with all the security cameras?
I used to work with surveillance.
Where did you find all these voice actors? I mean, how did you go about finding these different voices?
Well, you're standing right here, so I see
You find them in lots of places. Lauren Boland, for example, the main character, she has a website, and yeah, exactly. There's a website, and you can listen to demo reels and stuff like that. So there's lots of work in the research. You have to listen to lots of demos, and just what is this character? And when you have chosen a character, then it's not that hard, because then you basically send them a script and they send things back. But the first phase is very hard and takes lots of time. And it does the same thing with the artists also, people drawing the images. When you have found them,
Goodbye, Dave. See you later.
there is you can just ask them to do another one.
Do any laundry right now.
So it's the first one that's always hardest.
How is it giving?
The first one is the hardest.
How is it giving feedback to these voice actors or animators? Since I assume you said that you found the main voice actor online, how is it working on giving feedback? How is it like having her record? Do you guys send her a script and then you guys get to hear it later, or do you guys interact with her more directly? How does that work within your business?
We in the script, every line has a description for mood, basically. So I have been using lots of different verbs and adjectives in describing this. It's angry, sad, confused, and things like that. So I describe every line separately and sound professional, for example. So it's a good question because they don't see the game beforehand. So the only thing they have is me making a description to them, and hope it works out. And if something is not good, then we can always do a retake on specific lines. That's usually how it goes. You do a revision.
Is it does the same go for the animators you guys employ too? How does that work?
Yeah, kind of. Carl Engberg has done lots of animations in house. It's mostly the background art that we have people drawing, and also character sheets are a thing that we get help with.
It's good that
Carl Engberg has done a lot of art.
It's good that you mentioned him, that Carl Engberg did most of the work, because I know that since I'm friends with you guys, that this maybe is new information, but I sometimes get updates from him on what he's working on, and that there's lots of drawing going on, and lots of thinking, and lots of meetings with you online. It's fun to like follow you guys by a distance.
Yeah.
I assume I missed so much there at the campsite. But I'm going to the diners. Oh, there he is again.
Do that.
You know what I like when I'm a little down, Rosie. Bring me a double portion.
I will start the frying pan right away, dear.
Yeah, do you work with mood boards when creating this game?
Yeah, initially we do. And there are beautiful telephone number.
I just tried something random.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah, we do, but mostly on the art side, but also a little bit on how the characters, their personalities and stuff like that, and how they match in. But yeah, we use a software for brainstorming and doing mood boards so that we can share it, because Kalle and I we don't live in the same city, so that's also done online.
What do these mood boards typically contain, Pierre?
Images of movies, images of other games, color palettes, nice images like this diner, for example. There's lots of these kinds of images on a classic diner from movies, for example. So the creative process is like, you take some inspiration and you see what others have done, and then you steal some of it and make something of your own. I think that's most of creative processes is, if you're an author, you read a lot, and we play a lot of point and click games. All of them, basically.
That sounds like lots of fun that you get to play, that your research is playing games. I wish that were in my professional life too.
That is one of the benefits. And that's one of the benefits of working in a kind of a creative sector, because you kind of need to stay updated also. But we don't always have time to finish all games. But we play and try lots of games.
Why did you sell it?
There were lawyers involved, and sure,
You see something, a good idea here, like, you could maybe do something like that, and that was nice, they did it so well in this title, and stuff like that. And sometimes you can use it, and sometimes you can't. But
goodbye, Rosie.
Yeah, it's nice.
I will be back later.
Okay, now I'll see if I can try to find clues.
Yeah, exactly. Have you found any objects?
So now
got the flyer here.
I got a flyer with a phone number on it.
Yeah.
Maybe I could use the phone number to go to the payphone.
Yeah.
Do I have an inventory in this game?
Yes, I think it's right click or middle mouse button.
There we
And
go.
the tab also works. I think maybe the space also. I think there's a lot of. And if you want to inspect something, you drag it. It's yeah, exactly
there.
to that one.
Okay,
Exactly.
interview Cletus
That,
and get an interview with Professor Nebulous.
and Cletus doesn't really want to be interviewed right now.
He doesn't be interviewed right now. Okay.
He's a bit tired. He needs to kind of wake up first.
Hmm.
He's a bit hangover, so he needs kind of a hangover cure. Classic trope.
Thank you for being so very clear on what the objective for me should be then.
Yeah.
It's a tourist map of Doomsday Valley.
Yeah, and this map is lots. It's the locations we think we have for the big game. A couple of the locations anyway. This is the valley.
Wow. Really love
So
the look of the observatory.
Yeah, it's nice. The demo is only the diner.
Okay, so the demo is only so far Rosie's Diner.
Yes. Yes, that's the only on this map.
And
no other location here is included.
And you mentioned previously that the demo of this game is the same size as your previous game, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more locations.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. So could be a couple of hours of pointing and clicking when we're done with it.
In my case,
this section may be reimagined later on.
Okay.
Also. We could also always change this part also in the final game. It may not look exactly like this.
How far in the game have you come in actually, or in producing it, or making the game? How much of the story is also set?
Most of it. The framework is done, and we need to flesh it out. We need to populate it with interesting characters. But we have a story arc, and we have a play. You can play the mystery from start to end, not necessarily in the computer yet, but it is possible to play it from the beginning to the end, in a very rough state. And we have more artwork, for example, that we're not showing in this demo. We have a couple of screenshots that we have on the Steam page and in the GIFs, and we're working on a new one with a bus right now that we're going to showcase a little bit later on. So we have a couple of locations and an artwork. This demo would have been too big otherwise, and that's not really helping anyone.
I would like to try the meatballs, please.
You kind of get the feel of the game after half an hour or an hour. Don't really need more, I think.
Goodbye, Rosie. I will be back later.
I'm trying to find the hangover cure now. I saw that I had hot sauce, but when I'm hungover, I definitely don't want to have hot sauce. I think that's the last thing I want. So
no.
I was trying to give him a burger. That didn't work. Maybe I should combine something, or should I give him the meatballs?
Yeah, exactly. You can combine things in the inventory by dragging them to other things. But this hangover cure that's kind of the last thing in the demo.
Oh, it is.
I'm not sure we have the time. I'm not sure we're going to have the time to go through all that.
Okay, but I want to ask. Could I ask a continuity question? Is this part of the same universe as your previous game?
I don't think so. No,
they're not the same.
We wanted to do something. No, I know you want a part in this too. I understand.
Oh, drats.
But no, this is not part of the Champy universe, and Champy will not be in this game. We wanted to try something else. But we really love the character of Champy the Useless Vampire, and I think lots of people did. It was like a strong character somehow. So hopefully we have double IPs here. We have the Champy universe, and we maybe have the Doomsday universe. And maybe we can make a Champy game after this, and make a Doomsday game after that. Who knows? But no.
Cool.
They are not the same. If you give him the other food there, you actually get an achievement.
I get an achievement of giving the dog there.
Yeah, maybe you already did.
I gave him meatballs.
He doesn't seem to want it. We can do it later, maybe.
Yes, he's full at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sleepy.
Sleepy. So I'll go back to the campsite, see if there's a hangover cure in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Empty bottles.
Yeah, exactly. The hangover cure is something that Cletus needs to drink. It's like Back to the Future, where they
love the reference.
They actually have hot sauce in that movie, but we won't have that. There is a book on the bar there.
A drink book. Oh,
on that.
You mentioned that I need to mix something.
It contains the very best recipes.
I think this drink book is a bit important to read through.
Okay, tequila, tomato juice.
In this game, you can actually you can mix a lot of drinks. Actually, I think it's like up to 10 drinks. So you can mix the right drink, and then you can mix a lot of, maybe not these ones, but you can mix a lot of different drinks.
Do you like cocktails yourself, Pierre?
Yeah, sure. A sunny day.
On a sunny day.
Sunbed. Why not?
Hey, wait. A page is torn from the Hootenanny Hangover Helper.
Yeah, that could have been useful.
That could have been useful.
Drats.
There we go. Maybe I should
now
find...
now you can ask Dave about that page, actually. Tell him the book is broken. And he will be super sad.
Oh, no.
There is a page missing in your drink book.
What? Which one?
The last page.
No, that's the Hootenanny Hangover Helper. It's more of a remedy than a drink, actually.
That sounds interesting. How do you make it?
I'm not giving it away for free, but I do have a paid number you can call.
Seriously? Fine. I've got some money right here.
Do you know how many germs are on the cash? It is disgusting. You will have to call the number and pay that way.
Fine, I'll make the call. What's the number?
Hold on. I'll toss you a card.
Dave is a bit eccentric.
Yes. He has had a couple of rough weeks.
Oh, poor guy. So now I can inspect the card.
It's the number to Dave's finest drinks and compliments.
This telephone number could probably be used if I had a phone.
Yes. Your powers of deduction is uncanny. Oh, cutscene.
What a strange-looking squirrel. Was it holding a bell? I think it came from the diner.
What a cute squirrel.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to inspect the squirrel.
Seems to have a bell.
Okay. No, I want to go to the diner. Oh, I misclicked. I might have some deduction skills, but I misclick.
Yeah. Get lost in the woods.
Okay, go to the payphone.
12255, I think.
12255.
Sorry, wrong number.
That was wrong.
No, okay, that was another number.
That's another number.
Maybe that was to the hotel.
It's the number to Dave's friends,
15522. Let's try that.
Yeah, almost correct.
15522.
Welcome to Dave's finest drinks and
It goes to-
compliments. How can I be of service?
I want the recipe for the Hootenanny Hangover Helper.
A fine choice if you're in need of a pick-me-up. There are 3 key ingredients.
I'm listening.
First, you need 1 cup of hot, strong black coffee. Next, for the real kick, you need 3 large, fully grown red peppers.
Coffee, peppers, check.
And lastly, a splash of yesterday's sins. A bit of regret served on the rocks.
Can you be more specific?
I'm confident you'll figure it out. If not, you can always call me again. Have a great day.
You might
Coffee,
figure it
red
out.
pepper,
I
and
won't.
A splash of something from yesterday? I can
No,
write that
and
down.
as I said, I'm not sure we have time for it. But
Your pancakes are ready, Cletus.
Thanks. I will be right there.
Cletus got his pancakes anyways.
Hmm.
Yeah, so now you have the recipe, and in the final game, you will probably have a note of that in some kind of notebook or something, so you don't forget it.
May I ask how you guys came up with the Hootenanny hangover cure? The ingredients. What was the inspiration behind it?
We needed something with alcohol, obviously.
Uh-huh.
You need something with alcohol for these wake-up drinks, and then you need something spicy. And as you said, the obvious choice is hot sauce. And when you create puzzles like this, it's always like, what is the reasonable thing, and then you try to change that out for something more fun or interesting or mysterious. So a couple of jalapenos felt more interesting than a bottle of hot sauce. And then you just lock it down, and then you have a basic puzzle structure. So he won't easily give up the jalapenos. The liquor is also hidden away, and the coffee is also locked for now. So you have kind of 3 quests now to get the 3 ingredients. You can't get any of them right now. Or you could get one of them, I think. Check your inventory.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you...
If you get some more meatballs, you have all you need.
If I get
but you gave the dog the meatballs.
Oh,
so
I need to
you
order
need
more
to order
meatballs?
some more meatballs.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I ask
But you
how
have lots of stuff now.
May I ask how you guys come up with all these chains of events and puzzles? How do you create puzzles? I always find that fascinating as someone who can't solve a puzzle, how they're actually created.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a little bit like I said. It's you have a basic door and a key, a locked door and a key, and then you just make sure that people can't get to the key. And then you can make it more complicated, and then you change the door to something else, and you change the key to something else. And to get the key, maybe you need 3 other things, or you need to get someone on your side, for example, to give you something, kind of like that. It's always. I think the battle is mostly: is it reasonable or is it funny? Kind of. And in the old games, you had what they call the moon logic, where you combine the whatnot with the random stuff, and you get something, and people like, why? What? You have to try everything. There was no logic involved. I think we need at least give some clue to what to do in order for the puzzles to be fun. But that is hard to make that, because you don't really want this hyper realism in the puzzle games. You want a little bit of fantasy, So yeah, that's a hard one, and different games solve this different ways, and we have kind of found our way, I think.
Once again, it must be. I'm impressed by people who can come up with puzzles, and it must be very fun to be in the process of creating them and finding different solutions. So I look forward to
Yeah.
actually, when the game is completed, to solving all the puzzles and then asking you guys afterwards, like, how did you come up with this? What was the inspiration behind it? Because obviously, right now,
Yeah.
it'll have to be kept a secret until then.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we have to kind of round this off. But if you go back to the earlier image, we'll
Yes,
just deal with the squirrel and call it a day.
we'll deal with the square and call it a day.
And how do you get the squirrel down? What do you have in your inventory right now?
Ah,
You need to
could
you
I
need to
come?
do something to get him to drop the bell or
Okay.
leave.
Could I use my slingshot to shoot something at him? It sounds horrible, and I
Yes.
hope there are
Yes.
no. And I just want to officially state that there are no animals have been harmed during the making of this game. But in this case, this fictional
Yes.
squirrel, can I scare him somehow?
Yes, you can. You could try that.
Okay, I'll combine tomato. I'll try with the meatball. Oh yes,
Yes.
and there.
The squirrel dropped the bell just as intended.
Uh,
The plan worked flawlessly.
And yes, Maya obviously knew what was going to happen here. It seems.
The last time I saw
she's
one of
not as
these,
clueless
it
as
But
I
yeah.
am.
Maybe this was. I think this was maybe half of the demo, puzzle-wise. You have to fix with the dog, and you have to talk to these characters in the diner again, call Dave again, and stuff like that. So there's lots to do. But I think we can round it off here. This was very, very nice, I think. You have interesting questions. I don't have all the answers, obviously. This is an ongoing process. But yeah, for the final game, we'll have lots of new voice actors. It has to go on board, new characters to draw, and new images and stuff like that. So you just build it, continue building and building and building.
Oh, once again, thank you for letting me play this, and also it's so fun following you guys from the outside and seeing your progress on the game, the updates you guys talk about, what you're focusing on during the week or upcoming month. So I'm looking forward to following you during the production of this game.